Good morning. Hello. Hello. Hello.
You're only in listen.
It's on mute. Hi, George.
Hi, Laura.
How are you?
Fine, you can hear me finally, yeah?
I can hear you. I actually unmuted you, and what I'm going to do now is it's in a few minutes. I'll mute you back. I'll start the presentation, and then I'll switch it over to you. I think Sylvia's with you, right?
For now.
Sylvia, hi. No, she has to stay with you because you don't know how to switch it back to me. So you have, Florence, how long do they have? 20 minutes? You have 20
Who's gonna
minutes.
start?
I'm gonna start. I'm gonna present you, and then when I finish presenting, then I'm going to switch it over to you, and you will then start, and then you finish, and then you send it back to me. You say now Realopedia is going to continue the presentation and you'll see the subject. Okay?
All right.
And
How
then you
long do you
have
want me how long
20
you want me
minutes.
to talk? 20
20 minutes.
minutes.
You have 20 minutes, and then you say, because you're going to have to improvise. You have 70 slides. So then you just say, now I'm going to transfer it back to Realopedia to take the second part of the presentation forward, and then you send it back to me. Then you put
Okay.
me back as the presenter, okay?
Sure.
Miss
Okay, that's
Laura,
fine.
last time we did not have two shifts, so I think Mr. Paul had the authority to put it back on the system.
No,
So
can we put it back on the system?
Once we make him the presenter, and then they can.
Yeah, but can we bring it back to us ourselves? Okay, so we can bring it back ourselves? Okay, so after 20 minutes, we will bring it back ourselves.
perfect, that's great because last
Okay?
time you did the
Yeah,
same.
yeah, that's
So
fine. Okay,
okay,
we're gonna start. Okay, bye. You're back.
all
I'm
right,
putting you back on mute.
sure. Okay, perfect.
Okay, so-
Once I have 70 slides, but you want to show this?
Obviously, make it live. Mute me. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Dubai Real Estate Institute and Realopedia webinar. Today, we are going to be discussing two topics. The first topic is Know Your Rights for Real Estate Professionals. This is hosted by Dr. George Maurice of the Dubai Real Estate Institute. I will then continue with how to represent developers on Realopedia as a real estate professional. Here's a little bio about myself. I'm your host and MC today. My name is Laura Schwery. I am the founder and chief executive officer of Realopedia. I am also a CIPS designee, a realtor, a member of Dubai Real Estate Institute and RERA, the Real Estate Regulatory Agency in Dubai. And I am also the International Liaison Officer for FIAPSI Egypt here in the United Arab Emirates. Without further ado, I would like to take you forward with Dr. George Maurice, the international speaker for the Dubai Real Estate Institute. He is a certified property specialist. Dr. George comes with over 35 years of experience in global training, marketing, branding, strategic, and management in the real estate industry, and is also certified under CIPS, CRB, ABR, CRS, and many more accolades to his favor. So without further ado, I would like to introduce you to Dr. George Maurice. And with 1 second, please, we're just going to switch the microphone over to Dr. George.
From Dubai, guys. This is the timing of Dubai, exactly noon. So I hope we're not waking up people around the earth. This webinar today, and of course, I have been working a lot with Laura Shweri before, and she gave me the pleasure to be here today with you guys. I'm going to be talking today mainly about some professional in real estate in Dubai mainly, and how you can become a registered broker. What does it mean becoming a registered broker? How do you prove that you are a registered broker? What are the requirements to be a registered broker? Of course, we have some categories here in Dubai. You have to meet the requirements to be an educated, graduated gentleman or lady to become a licensed broker. Of course, you can be practicing brokerage in your country, but again, you cannot practice in any different country than yours. That's why you need some license to do this. Once you get to the DREI, attend the exam and take the course, you will be getting a certificate telling you that you have really succeeded to pass the RERA test. Then, with the certificate, you can join any brokerage office or any developer. And then we will give you, according to their application to get you the license, we will give you some electronic cards on the website. And those cards, guys, are color coded. So the colors will give you exactly what kind of activity you can do in the field. And that depends on who has applied for your license. So if an office is located in Dubai and you will join that office, they will apply for your registration, you will get the blue card. Blue card give you access to sell and rent in Dubai, as well as you can sell and rent in the free zone area of Dubai. And also you can work with a developer. With a developer does not mean for a developer, but with a developer, which means you have an agreement at an office with the developers that if you sell their project, they will pay you a commission according to the agreement. If you work for a developer specifically, so you are the sole agent for a developer, he's your sponsor, and your employer will give you the green card, which means you only can sell the developer's project. If you are working for a company which is specified in selling timeshares, and I hope you know what I mean by timeshare. Timeshare means we can sell property in resorts, but we sell them to many people. In other words, many owners. And we divide that. Is there anything wrong with the voice? Okay. So we divide that, but by weeks. So we can sell. All right, I'm sorry for that. So we can sell the property in a resort to 51 owners. That means every owner will occupy this unit for 1 week, which makes it affordable, guys. And at the same time, it can give you access to become a membership to exchange companies, so we can exchange resorts with other owners around the globe. We will give you the red card if you work for that company. Now, if you are working for a brokerage office inside the free zone area, we'll give you the yellow card, which means you only can sell and rent in those free zone areas. As you know, guys, now we have made it easier for people to do registration and transfer of properties. And instead of coming and queuing at the land department, we have like 18 offices scattered all over Dubai where you can go, and they open long hours for you to be at ease without stress or wasting much time to do that. And by the way, Dubai today, you can go to these offices, guys, and have your registration and your new title deed or code issued in the name of the new buyer within a minute. And that's due to a new application that we all work with in Dubai that I will explain shortly down the road. And of course, we have another blue card that's special for national, which means we are attracting Emiratis national to work in this field. So we have cards like you see the color, the red for timeshare, yellow for free zone, green for developers, blue inside Dubai, and gray for Office of Registration Trustee. All right. If your broker violate the code of ethics, unfortunately, according to the bylaw of real estate, number 85, 2006, it will be investigated and you might face some disciplinary action. In accordance with the newly implemented disciplinary action point system. So now the land department is putting in place some kind of measurements to be taken against those brokers who are really violating the bylaw and the code of ethics. What is the disciplinary action? If you do something wrong against the law or rules or regulation set by DLD or RERA, and we got investigated and you found to prove that you are really in default. Some of the violations, guys, could be like office registration expired, broker card expired, marketing unregistered projects. You know that in order for you to be able to market a project with a developer, I'm not going to get into this point because Realopedia today, the second half of the webinar, will talk to you about how to represent a developer on Realopedia. But as a developer, you have to make sure that this developer is registered with RERA, the project is registered with RERA, and of course the project has an escrow account in the name of the project. And this developer, if he fulfills all the three, will be given an NOC from RERA telling them we have no objection for you, Ms. Developer, to go ahead, market and sell the project. So if you are involved in activity to sell unregistered projects, you'll be in trouble. Submitting incorrect documentation information, again, this is a violation. Unethical business practice, that means not according to the code of ethics. You know, of course, guys, that we have started to do some system for advertising. So in order for you to be able to advertise, you need to have a contract or agreement with the owner. Then you will apply for a permit to advertise in any media that you wish. So if you advertise without the permit, that's again, it's in trouble. And of course, you know, Guy, for many reasons, brokers should not accept cash money. Brokers should not accept cash money. And the commission is paid in the name of the brokerage office, not to the individual. That's the only check that could be issued in the name of the brokerage office. No other checks are allowed to be given in the name of the broker or in the name of the office. So if you accept any cash or any check in your name or in the name of the office other than the commission check, you will be in trouble. Okay, guys. So what is the trouble? Let me explain it in a quick way. We will be giving you guys some color points, and every color will depend on how big is the violation that you have committed. So if you have committed a big violation, we'll give you red point. The red point in itself, guys, equal 20 black points. A yellow points, the first one will be 5, then the second one will be double, that means 10, and the third one will be double, that means 20. So in other words, you can accumulate 20 black points by having 3 yellow points. Then you have the green points, which is 5 black points each. In other words, if you accumulate 4 green points, you'll have 20 black points. So let's go back again. If you accumulate 20 black points within a year, you can be really punished. So 1 red point, 3 yellow points, or 4 green points will give you that access to have been a violator, right? And in this condition, if you violate as an agent or a broker, you will be ending up paying 50,000 dirhams. And you will have a suspension for 1 month, and you will come back, take a class about code of ethics and rules and regulation. If you are repeating another violation with 20 black points, you will be ending up paying another 50,000 dirhams. And at the same time, we're going to confiscate your license for 3 months. That means you're going to be suspended for 3 months. And come back, take a class as well. If you accumulate another 20 black points in the same year, unfortunately, guys, you're going to be ending up paying the 50,000 dirham, but your license will be irreversibly canceled. Irreversibly canceled. Now, if the office violates the situation here and get 20 black points, unfortunately, he will not gonna be able to open any new branch. He will not gonna be able to hire any new agent through the year. And of course, he will have to pay 50,000 dirhams. Now, of course, some brokers can come and say, well, I don't have 50,000 dirham to pay. So here are the point, guys. You will be, as you are working for an office, the office will be responsible for you. In other words, he will be paying the 50,000 on your behalf, and then both of you, you'll have your own agreement on how to settle this. Okay, guys, that's just to summarize the point system that should be implemented shortly. All right, guys, so every time you accumulate 20 black points, you pay 50,000 dirhams. First time, we'll confiscate your license for 1 month. You come back, take a class. Second time, we'll confiscate it for 3 months, and you come back, take a class. And the third time, unfortunately, non-reverse cancellation of the broker registration. I hope this is just an information, but you're not going to really commit to any of these. You don't need to do this, and no one needs to really punish any broker in Dubai. We started at the 1st of January 2016, guys, to rank offices and brokers. So we have 3 ranking. The first is the golden rank, second is silver, and the third is a bronze. All right, guys. General category, if you score less than 70% or 70% or less, you are in general category. 71 to 80, you are in the bronze category. 81 to 90, silver category, and 91 to 100, the cream of the society in the field of brokers, which is the golden category. Really, guys, we are talking about the experience of the office, how many transactions you do a monthly basis, how You commit to real estate regulation, the code of ethics, which is the most important characteristic here, guys. The structure of your office, if you really have a website, have ISO certification, how do you do advertising, filing, and the case studies, and so on. And of course, the last thing will be community services and immaterialization. If we just pass through this, the brokerage office experience, if the office is in Dubai for 10 years or more, you get 6 points. 6 to 9 years, you get 3 points. 1 to 5 years, you get 1 point, and you can accumulate up to 6 points in this category. Broker's experience, the average mean broker experience work in this office, up to 6 points as well, and number of branches you have up to 3 points. So in this category, you can accumulate 15 points. Carried by the office, this is the number of transactions on a monthly basis. So number of transactions, you can accumulate 20 points, and the value of those transactions, you can accumulate another 10 points. So in this category, you have 30 points altogether. The most important topic or category is the warnings and violations. If you don't do any warning, you get 40%, no warning, no violation, 40 points. If you do some warnings, that will be diminishing, and of course, the violation will diminish as well as the point system. Now, the office system and the ISO certification and setup and data, filing, case studies, whatever, we give you 10 points for this. And immaterialization and community service, we give you 5 points. That will add to 100 points. You can be number 1, golden, number 2, silver, number 3, bronze. And those guys will appear on your smart device on Dubai Brokers app. That means all the clients can find out exactly what kind of ranking are you having. Now let's talk about the most recent updated Dubai Brokers app, which allow brokers to work in a very secure system. Everyone has to download this app, Dubai Brokers, and you cannot work unless you are registered with the land department here with your own email address and with your own mobile number, and you have your smart device with you, because that will carry all the agreement that you can hammer with your clients. So now I'm a real estate broker, and I am doing business in Dubai in a very safe and easy and trusted environment. Now, if you're approached by a seller or by a buyer, so the seller tells you, I want to sell my property. He can tell you this, guys, through the app. They can download the app, but they cannot log in. They will download it as viewers. And on this app, for the clients, they can have a request. So they can pick up or choose any broker, because they have all the registered broker in this app, so they can view everyone. They can pick a broker and send them a request that he wants to sell. So the guy will respond to you, and immediately through the app, the broker will have to have an agreement with the seller. This agreement is called Form A. So before you can do the Form A, you're required to prove the ownership certification. That means if I'm an owner and I want to sell, I have to send you title deed if it's completed property, or a code if it's not a completed property. Then I will scan this and I will prepare the Form A, send it to the seller. The seller can receive this link via email or via his mobile number, and he will request a code, verification or authorization code. Once he entered the code, he can open the link, and if he agree to the content of the Form A, the agreement with the broker, he will say agree, and this is considered an electronic signature. So this, you don't have to meet face to face, but it can be done electronically, and that makes it much easier, guys, for those people who are not in Dubai but anywhere else in the four corners of the globe. Now, if he agrees, so you'll have approved contract with the A number and a barcode. Coming to the second one, and now you can go on the same system, or you can go to Trahisi system and try to advertise anywhere you want to advertise, any media, and get the permit through this app as well. Once we get this, We have a buyer that he will send you a request that he wants to buy property. Again, you will send him a link with the form, which is Form B between broker and buyer. And this form is also electronically, once he gets it on his email address or mobile number, he always can go ahead and agree or disagree and communicate back to you. So once he agree, it is honored and respected. We have an existing contract. Now we have the contract, approved contract B between broker and buyer. Now we have the contract A between seller and broker. We have the contract B between buyer and broker. Now what we're going to do, if I have both of them with me as a broker, A and B, I put them together on the device, on the app, and then I said create Form F. Form F, guys, is the final contract between buyer and seller. The final contract is sent as a link to both buyer and seller without all the information, so they cannot reveal the information of each other, neither the brokers. But once it is signed by both of them, both parties or more parties, as far as we have the name on the title deed or good, then the appearance of the information will be shown to everyone. Before that, we have it very secure and trust rules apply. All right. Who can originate Form F, guys? It's only the broker who represents the seller. So if I have both agreement with buyer and seller, I can do. But if I have only the seller, I have to get from the buyer's representative or broker the Form B scanned or the number, and I put them together. I can originate Form F. Form F, every time you can be signed by a party, it will be given a notification to the broker that party 1 has signed, part 2 has signed, and so on. All right, guys, now we'll have, once you get Form F in place, the property will be flagged. Flagged means no other contract could be issued on that property. And then Form F will be there with all the information pulled automatically from A and B. So the broker should not input anything from his side. All right, and the money, of course, will go. Now, the final point for transfer and registration is to go to the Office of Registration Trustee, and that will also get the buyer, the seller, or power of attorney, each one, and of course the brokers representing both, and the Form F on the smart device of the broker, of the seller, will be scanned by the Office Registration Trustee, and in 1 minute you will have issuing the new title deed in the name of the new buyer. Can you cancel the contract? Yes, guys, you can cancel any contract provided that both parties agree. So if it's not agreement anonymously by both parties or more all parties, no cancellation will take place. So the broker can request cancellation, the seller can request a cancellation, the buyer can request a cancellation with the broker, and at the same time, of course, the seller and the broker can request a cancellation. I think I've taken more than my time. I appreciate listening to me today, and I hope that we meet again in some different webinar. Have a nice day.
Thank you, Dr. George, for that fantastic presentation. Very, very informative for the real estate brokers. Thank you, Dr. George, for this wonderful presentation.
Thank you, Laura.
Thank you very much.
I appreciate that.
And I will now turn off the mute from your side, and we'll continue the presentation with Realopedia. So everything that Dr. George said is obviously spot on, as he is with the Dubai Real Estate Institute, and one of the reasons why we partnered one of the reasons why we partnered with the Dubai Real Estate Institute is to ensure that the real estate agents that are registered on Realopedia are registered with the Dubai Land Department. So let me just, we have a loading, our presentation is loading. Just give us a second, please. Just 1 minute while we load. Sorry, everyone, for the delay, but when we have to shift it back and forth, unfortunately, there's a time span for the presentation to load. So let's just go back to Realopedia just to refresh everybody's mind a little bit about Realopedia. It's a online real estate e-marketplace for all the components of real estate, from agents, brokers, developers, corporate affiliates. It's a business network for the real estate professionals. It's an online booking platform, which I will take you through slowly. And it is also a data bank of real estate statistics and insight, which is sourced from the members that are either government or semi-government, or those in the industry that provide research reports. We are endorsed by RERA as being a trusted portal for investors and customers, and a partner with the Dubai Real Estate Institute. So the advantage of Realopedia is that we support the industry professionals to link, build, and expand their local networks. It is very important, if you want to be a member on Realopedia, that you have a registered ID with the Dubai Land Department and be registered with a real estate broker in Dubai. If you shift from one office to the other, you become obsolete until you are registered again. We create trusted partnerships, social networking groups, and a networking hub for members to link, build, and expand their networks online, and a booking platform on how you can represent developers on Realopedia. So let me take you through what that means for you, the real estate professional. Developers Preferred Agent Program, as we refer to, is a DPAP program. What this means is that a developer can upload and showcase their projects. They reach agents globally through an integrated and automated system on Realopedia, and approved agents can access the developer's marketing resource library, where they can apply to be a preferred agent of a developer, and once approved, they can represent the developer. So let me take you through the process. A developer receives an agent application, the inventory that the developer uploads their real estate project, their real estate inventory, their real estate, the plans. They're integrated into the system. A developer, to be on Realopedia, must be registered with RERA in the country of the real estate project, so UAE for the purpose of Dubai, or Abu Dhabi, or Ajman, or any other of the Emirates. They must be registered under the laws of their country. They cannot have a project in Dubai under a holding company in another country. It must be a Dubai licensed project. So when the agent uploads his project and all of his visuals, an agent can browse and apply. So from a developer's segment, they look at the managers, they look at the agent's applications, they look at the data that is the broker's data that has been collated from the site. So you have, let's say, a real estate agent from the Philippines. This is just a test account for your information. They will click, they receive an application. So the information that is on Realopedia is what the developer sees. So please ensure that if you are a member of Realopedia, update your profiles with a current picture, your IDs, your certifications, your accolades, the languages that you speak, the country that you're in, what is your expertise, and so on and so forth, so that one can view your application in its full entity. Once the application is approved, then the developer will click an approve button. How the agent now accesses the system in order for them to reach that stage of an application, an agent becomes a preferred agent by applying to the DPAP, signing a commission agreement online, and they're given an access. Now, the process must take place through the broker company, which is the real estate company. An agent that wants to apply will have to go back to the property or to the owner of that real estate company and tell them that they have seen a project online that they would like to apply to. In the United States, it's a little bit different. In Canada, it's a little bit different. But in this part of the world, it must be the developer that is linking with the real estate company, and the agents that are applying are through the company, because it is the company, as Dr. George said, that winds up being liable for the agents that work for them. Irrespective of the fact that they have an ID, it is the company that winds up being the responsible party. How to access the DPAP? On the agent's dashboard, they will click DPAP, a pop-up box will appear, and they will click Apply to Projects. They look at the projects that are here to your right. They click Browse and Apply, so they can click to any of the developers that are on Realopedia. After clicking the Browse, they view the project button. Under the name, they select the project and they click Apply to DPAP. Once they apply to the DPAP button, this is the agent application form, and they click I agree to the terms and conditions and they submit. The I agree to the terms and conditions means that you are conforming to the rules and regulations of a real estate broker as per RERA, as per the certificate that you're holding in your hand, which is your broker's ID, as a real estate company and as an individual. When you click your submit application, it goes to the application that the developer will receive, which I just showed you above. Once you've been approved, you can now access the marketing resource library that has been uploaded by the developer, and you can gain access to the project. So you can send an email to your client, you can attach the brochure, you can attach a flyer, and you can attach floor plans and so on, and email your client directly from this dashboard. This dashboard is a private dashboard where there is no track to the developer of the client that you are sending this data to. And the brochure that is collated in this marketing resource library does not contain the name of the developer. Just so that you know, a developer does not market themselves directly on Realopedia. They must use an agent to sell their property. So what does that mean is that the agents that are within a zone, if an investor or a client clicks that developer's project, the system will recognize the agent that is coming from an IP zone. And that investor, that customer, will be sent to that agent. If there are more than one agents in that IP segment, then the list of those agents will be sent to the investor, and it is the investor that will choose which agent he wants to work with, which is very important why your profiles should be complete, so that you give, it's your CV. So how you present yourself is important to the investor customer, or to a real estate agent that wants to connect with you from other markets and work with you. Here's a sample of what a flyer would look like. This would be your name with your details, your ID number from RERA. And remember, we are integrated with RERA, so at the end of the day, your ID and your picture will appear here, and you will send this project data to your client, or a collated brochure of the project that you would send. Again, for the protection of the real estate agent, we remove the names of the developers, because we want the agent to be able to control their client and to sign, make sure that you always sign your commission agreement online with the broker. So this gives you now what an inventory list would look like. You can book a call. You can book a call with a developer directly as an agent. You can email a developer if you have information you need. You can access their website. You can see the project video that they've uploaded, view the profile, and you can chat with the developer. Again, we have a segment on Realopedia, which is an online property booking, which is a reservation. So if you are sitting with a client and you click on the project and you view the inventory, you can click on the view property, you can click the link of the unit, and it will give you the unit card. So the inventory of the developer will be uploaded with the units that they want to sell. View the property, click on the property, and make a reservation. So this will show you how you click book now. You book the property with the details of your client, the country of their residence, their nationality, their passport number. For the purpose of Dubai and the United Arab Emirates, you can put a passport number. For the purpose of the United States, you put a tax number. They do not use passport numbers. That's for your information. And last but not least, you must be a registered broker to be able to access Realopedia, a registered real estate agent, a registered developer. So Realopedia, the e-marketplace, is a real estate platform offering solutions using technologies for all industry stakeholders, from developer to agent to broker to lender to investor, and it connects all the members on one single platform. One of the great advantages that you have as a real estate broker is that you can represent a developer in your market. You can represent them on Realopedia. You can go to them, you can look at the membership packages, you can tell them that you want to take one of their projects and you want to market it on Realopedia. You have that option to do so. And by doing so, you have the option to link with other real estate agents globally to present that project to them. And if you need more information on that, please do email marketing@realopedia.com. And you can also ask questions now. If you would like to ask any questions, I'll be more than happy. There are several questions that have just come in. One is, good morning. Good morning. Just a second. I'm just trying to read. Great. I can see RERA projects with heavy, I can see that RERA projects the market with heavy penalization for the brokers who violates the rules in any way. How can the agents, on the other hand, can be protected from clients and owners that go behind our backs and bail to pay a legitimate owed commission? I am going to send this question back, and I'm going to open the microphone now to Dr. George to answer these questions along with me. Dr. George, are you there?
Yes, I am.
So one of the questions that came in from a gentleman called Luis Vieira is that I see that RERA protects the market with heavy penalizations for the brokers that violate the rules in any way. How can the agents, on the other hand, be protected from clients and owners that go behind our back and bail to pay a legitimate owed commission? Can you answer that, please?
Sure. That's why now we have everything in writing. We have everything on the Dubai Broker apps, and you have to mention there that how much is the commission that you're supposed to receive, and the seller or the buyer or the landlord or tenant, they will have to sign this, and we will protect you guys. Now, if any guy or any client does not pay you your commission, you come down to the land department and we will try to communicate. They will try to communicate with them and get the problem solved. So we're working to protect you at the first place before punishing you.
So, Dr. George, being that I am very well versed with the Dubai market, let me ask you a question on behalf of Luis Vieira, which I'm sure that he would want to ask. So if a real estate transaction takes place and a client goes behind the back of a broker and does not know that the buyer and seller have conducted a transaction in the Dubai land department, and one of them leaves the country, how would that agent be protected when he finds out 2 weeks later that that transaction has taken place, even if he has obviously all the necessary Form F documents signed, the forms that represent the buyer, the forms that represent the seller. How can the agent protect themselves? How do they get reimbursed for their commission?
Do you remember when I mentioned that if Form F is signed, that means the unit or the property is flagged. That means blocked, cannot be on any other deal or transaction. So he cannot do anything without the broker. The broker has the app on his smart device, and he is the one to go to the Office of Registration Trustee to scan the Form F from his device.
Excellent answer. Thank you, Dr. George. Louise Vieira, I hope that answered your question. Another question came up. It's from Mohammed Jamil, who says, this application use is only for transactions, or can we use it also for rent?
Rent will come in the second phase, but for now, this is for the sale transaction, and we will accept the same manually for now in renting, but within a couple of months or 6 months, maybe down the road, the second phase will come with all the renting on the device as well.
Okay, fantastic. A question came in from Ruth regarding DPAP. Let's say the developer is from Dubai. Can realtors from other countries apply? Yes, Ruth, of course you can apply. Remember that for Realopedia in Dubai, you must be a developer registered under the laws of Dubai, and you must upload a copy of your RERA license. We have the technology to check that the license is valid. So if you see a developer on Realopedia, they are valid, which is why we encourage real estate agents on Realopedia from their own markets to encourage their developers to be present on Realopedia and act as their representative, because in turn the projects in the United States will be shared in this broker network. We currently have 150,000 agents registered from 52 countries on Realopedia. We have 6 more countries that are currently being negotiated with to bring on board. We do not use IDX systems to collate data from other websites. Everybody that is registered on Realopedia is a real person, a real connection with their phone numbers and their data, because creating a trusted site in today's economy is very important for us. We want to make sure that the agents that are representing the property are the agents that are representing the property from their jurisdictions. I hope that has answered the questions. Please, if there are any other questions, I've been asked a question, are you going to share the presentation? Ruth, there are parts of the presentation we'll be happy to share. Dr. George's presentation is 71 pages. We'll be more than happy to share your email address with Dr. George, and I'm sure that he will be able to answer questions and send you the slides that are pertinent to your questions, and we will do the same. So for more information, everyone, please email marketing@realopedia.com, and we will be more than happy to share data with you. On another final note, I would just like to tell everyone that Realopedia not only is partners with Dubai Real Estate Institute, but we are the global marketing partner of the Miami Association of Realtors. We are partners with National Association of India. We are members of the Real Estate Regulatory Agency in Dubai. Under an agreement, we are members of FIAPSI Egypt. We have formed alliances with the Canadian Real Estate Association, the largest industry and trade organization association in Canada. We are partners with a radio talk show where we conduct talk shows on industry, on developers, on different segments of real estate industry in English and in French. And we are partners, we have formed an alliance with Souk, an Amazon company, as their marketing arm, which is very important for those that want to advertise projects through a network of over 70 million members, clients actually. So without further ado, thank you very much for attending this presentation, If there are any questions, we look forward to hearing from you. We send our thanks again to our partners, Dubai Real Estate Institute, and of course, the wonderful Dr. George Maurice, who holds a special place in our heart as one of the top instructors of the region. So thank you very much, Dr. George. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you, appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.